Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to episode 7 of Crime in Court USA. I'm your host, Mundo. I'm recording this on May 14th, 2021. I hope you guys are doing well. We actually had some big news in New Mexico today. Fully vaccinated people are no longer required to wear masks indoors. That's something that comes a day after the CDC said that fully vaccinated people do not have to wear masks indoors. So we're kind of following that guideline now, which is interesting. We're finally kind of getting back to normal. So that's nice. I actually went to a pool hall yesterday just to hang out with some buddies. And yeah, they were like, everyone was kind of mostly sticking to their table, but no one was really wearing masks while they were playing. And it felt kind of weird. But at the same time, I was like, yeah, whatever. like I'm fully vaccinated. My friends are fully vaccinated. Yeah, it's just, I think we're just over it, man. I think we just want to get back to normal. And that felt relatively normal. It was still kind of weird because you still have to keep your distance from people. At least you feel like you have to. You still have to wear a mask when you kind of walk around in more public areas. But yeah, it felt kind of cool. And hopefully we've beaten this thing for the most part. But have you guys seen this with what's going on with the Yankees? It's crazy. It looks like 8 people within the organization, including a player, tested positive for COVID at least 14 days after they've been fully vaccinated with the Johnson & Johnson shot, which apparently is less effective than Pfizer and Moderna. I'm team Pfizer, thankfully, but yeah, it's weird. Like I think all but one were asymptomatic and one did have symptoms, but that's crazy to be fully vaccinated and also test positive. So does this thing work or not, man? Can we be inside with each other yet with no mask or not? What's going on there? So I guess the best we can do is all just continue to be careful. I've still been gaming a little, playing some Apex Legends. Finally got a W. I was on a good team though. I didn't really contribute much. I did contribute a little. I feel confident saying that, but yeah, these other dudes were badasses, man. Actually, after a match the other day, one of my teammates, we did pretty terribly. We got smoked, but yeah, one of my teammates, one of my random teammates sent me a message through Xbox Live and said, "You suck." That's all the message said. And I was like, man, that's not cool, man. That's not very nice. And he's probably like some young kid or something, I don't know. But I was gonna report him like as harassment to Xbox, and then I was like, nah, I don't know. Seems a bit much, but yeah, don't do that. Don't be mean to people online, especially if we're just doing like casual play or something, not even ranked play or some kind of tournament where money's on the line. Just be nice. We're playing video games, people. Video games. All right. So that's my anti-bullying speech for the week. Oh, what else? Oh, I saw the first episode of the Son of Sam documentary on Netflix for all you crime junkies out there. Seemed pretty good. The first episode was kind of just about the figuring out who was committing all the murders and the manhunt and all that stuff. It ends with him being arrested. Documentary is about a little more than that, but so far so good. I like those Netflix documentaries. Good stuff. This I have to mention this. I guess Target has halted sale of Pokemon cards and sports trading cards due to violence. It's not that funny. Violence isn't funny, but it's kind of funny that's happening over Pokemon cards, which apparently trading cards have gone up in popularity during the pandemic, which is weird because you think like with everything kind of going digital that trading cards wouldn't get more popular, but for some reason they're more popular, so much so that printing presses can't keep up with demand, apparently. Yeah, I don't know. I guess people were just bored and wanted any kind of hobby during the pandemic. Oh, but recently a man in Wisconsin was leaving a Target and he was attacked by 3 people in the parking lot, causing him to pull out a gun. No shots were fired, and the guy who was jumped only had minor injuries. But yeah, it was some trading cards apparently. The story I read didn't say if it was over Pokemon cards specifically, and it's unclear what kind of cards the whole scuffle was over, but it was over some kind of cards, and these are adults, man. Oh, I don't mean to laugh at people and their hobbies, man. Do you? But yeah, don't be jumping people in parking lots over Pokemon cards, you guys. Come on. What is wrong with you? I have a little updates on the Derek Chauvin case. He's the former officer who was convicted of killing George Floyd in Minneapolis back in May of 2020. The judge ruled that he can be sentenced longer due to cruelty he showed to George Floyd. Judge Peter Cahill ruled that prosecutors proved that Chauvin abused his authority as an officer and treated Floyd with particular cruelty. So he can now be sentenced to the more than 12 and a half years. That's, I guess, sort of standard with the murder charge that he got convicted for. And that's something I think I may have mentioned on this podcast, that was something that prosecutors were wanting, that they were going after the verdict was reached. So yeah, they got their wish there. It looks like Chauvin is scheduled to be sentenced in June. So yeah, guys, I don't have a whole lot for you this week. I just want to kind of give you guys an update on where I want to take the podcast and what I'm kind of thinking and stuff. So up until now, I've been kind of just glossing over the news, some big stories going on that I thought would be the most interesting in terms of crime news or legal news and stuff like that. And yeah, I don't know, lately I've been thinking that I want to have the show be more topic focused. Because yeah, I don't know, the whole just glossing over the news thing, I don't know if that's quite working for me. I can tell you guys, when I was a reporter, that I worked for a daily newspaper in Albuquerque, New Mexico, right? And yes, the job for the most part was to get out the daily news, right? Gotta see what's happening every single day, right? Because that paper comes out every single day, and I liked it. That kind of got the adrenaline flowing. But mostly, I really like to dig into stories, to do those big investigative pieces and those big pieces that need a lot of research and stuff. So I kind of want to bring that same spirit over to the show and just really dig into topics that are going to require research and possibly some interviews with guests. I'm not sure. I think I do want to make guests part of the show at some point as I grow and get bigger and can ask more and more people to come on, and as I get better at podcasting in general. You know what I mean? But yeah, I do want to take it in that direction. With that said, I was planning on doing a big discussion on the Capitol riot, the riot, the insurrection, whatever you want to call it, that happened back in January, but it just wasn't ready to go today. It just wasn't ready. So I'm going to hold that back until next week. Then I have a slate of different topics that I want to tackle in the coming weeks. So yeah. So over the weekend, I'm going to kind of hammer those out and make a game plan, and hopefully get you guys some great content going forward. But for now, I just want to drop another episode, let you guys know what's going on with the podcast and where I might want to take it. But yeah, just not much to talk about because I kind of came to this realization yesterday. And I've just been thinking about what to do with the show and stuff. And I came to this realization I was going to try to hit that Capitol riot topic. And then this wasn't enough time. I don't think it's just not ready to go. I want that to be polished and informative when it's ready to come out. And like I said, I do have other stuff that I want to tackle in the coming weeks. So yeah, that's where I stand on that. Remember, we do have a Facebook page, so if you want to drop some comments or suggestions in there from what you might want to hear about, go ahead and drop a comment there. But other than that, that's really all I have to talk about today. I will be back on Wednesday with a discussion on the Capitol riot. So I will see you guys then. Later.